mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, and I would like to welcome each and every single one of you back here to yet another stream for your boy. We are turning up on a Thursday, and you can bet your ass that I checked the mic and it damn sure sounds right, boy. And that could only mean that it's time for the rundown. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another glorious weekday stream. We are streaming live across 6 different accounts on 4 different platforms. And as of course, you already know who I am, Mr. Controversy and the operator of the best damn Twitter handle known. Oh, wow. Woo! Do you smell that? Yo, you know what that is right there? You know what that is? That right there is the smell of pure excellence. Wait for it. Wait for it. And my wristband over here fell off. I don't even care. To mankind! I got a little extra pep in my step today, baby, because this is the official rundown for WWE Crown Jewel 2022, which of course is streaming live this Saturday on the Peacock, that is. Get your mind out of the gutter, you absolute savages. Peacock, this Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Got a lot to go over, a lot to dissect, a lot to get into. But as you can see, I am not alone, because with me, he is one of the OG members, the OG creators of the Hardcore Sports Network. He personally recruited me to be the #1 fucking draw on this channel, and he's a lifelong wrestling fan and DJ Storm's posse member. Please help me welcome back to the channel once again, Mr. Mitchell Kofsky. How you doing, man?
I'm doing really good, man. I'm really excited for this show. Thank you for having me on again, bro. It's always a blast coming on here, man. And you guys know, Hardcore Sports, we have the logo right here. We got his name right freaking there. So I'm telling you, he's bringing the numbers. He's bringing the views and everything. He's kicking ass. We fucking appreciate you, bro. Really.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me a part of this great group of content creators looking to take over the sports analytical world here on the tube. We're going to have a good time. We're going to dissect everything in depth from top to bottom. Now, first things first. Obviously, we're going to have to address the elephant in the room right here. Well, actually, 2 elephants in the room. The first one being the build for this show. Now, it's clear as day that this has been, without a shadow of a doubt, the most lackluster build for a pay-per-view within the WWE realm since Triple H has taken over power. I'm not really sure what it is. I feel as though part of it is the crowds, because some of the crowds have just been absolutely terrible. it's part of the reason why I really hate diehard WWE fans, because some of these diehard WWE fans, they are quiet when you actually got some great material on the show, and then you got something like fucking NXT, and they legitimately cheer for everything over there. They legitimately cheer for fucking Quincy Elliott over there, and the guy is a fucking cancer to the business. So I really hate WWE fans sometimes, and you can clearly tell that the build for this show has not been up to par with what Triple H has been putting out for Clash at the Castle and for Extreme Rules. But on paper, -1 match, the card itself looks like a pretty decent fucking pay-per-view. So that's one of the elephants in the room that I wanted to address. But I'm actually going to throw it over to you. I want you to give me your analytical perspective. What's going on with this pay-per-view? Do you think that Triple H did this purposely because he is kind of in the camp that no one really gives a fuck about Crown Jewel? I really hope that that's not the case, because even for a show as irrelevant as Crown Jewel, with all the shows that they need to put on, and they're not getting out of the contract anytime soon, I still want Triple H to put some actual effort into the show and actually make it worthwhile. I don't give a shit where they host it. Just give me a good show. But I wanted to get your thoughts on that. So let me hear it.
All right. So my thoughts on this card, it looks good. I like the card. And again, with this Logan Paul, Roman Reigns thing, I don't know how I really feel about that. We all know where it's going, who's going to win and all that. We all know that. I just don't know how I feel about how that was just clumped together at the last second and everything. It was. And I was actually watching Logan Paul's podcast when he said, I want to fight Roman Reigns for the title. Since he said that, the match was booked. So it's just like, so a magic of words is automatic. Like, that's what I can't stand. It's so put together. It's like it's not anything. So it looks good. I like the match card. I do, to an extent.
I'm not really sure what Triple H's motto was. If he really does feel the same way about these Saudi shows that most of us really felt when the deal first came about. But I like to hope that he will actually put something pretty decent together. The second elephant in the room, before we get into our self-brand promotion and advertisements that we're going to talk about, shout out to everyone that's filing in, by the way. Shout out to Dee. Shout out to Peanuts. Shout out to Philly Sports Talk Podcast. Shout out to A. Godiva. Thank you for joining. Thank you to Jamar Games and Dylan. You guys are great. You guys are fantastic, and I really appreciate each and every single one of you hopping on in and joining us here on this rather warm Thursday here in New Jersey. Seriously,
right?
It's 60 and 70 fucking degrees. You would think it's fucking May, but it's fucking November 3rd.
I know, right?
Mother Nature is fucking with all of us. But the second elephant in the room is the circulating news of Iran. Iran has reportedly been threatening an imminent attack on Saudi Arabia, and we don't know when that is. We have absolutely no idea when that is. It has been all over social media, and there's been reports of WWE potentially moving Crown Jewel out of Saudi Arabia, at least for this one time, and potentially moving it into the Performance Center. And they've actually been in contact with the United States Department of Security, if I'm not mistaken, to kind of even things out and, keep everyone on high alert over there. I'm not really sure what's going on over there, but I figured that I'd bring that up before we really get into the card and dissect it match by match. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that it would probably be best for them to move it out of Saudi Arabia for now, or continue to go along with it if they're in touch with the Department of Security? I honestly don't know. But if they do decide to move it out, I would actually say that that's a pretty classy move on Triple H's part, because, he cares about the health and safety of all the superstars that he is watching over and he has employed. It's not like Vince McMahon. If this was Vince McMahon, he'd say, fuck it, go there anyway. The only way that I can actually see Triple H going through with it, if he does have true intentions of moving it out of Saudi Arabia, at least for this one time, the only way I can see him going forth with it and going to Saudi Arabia is if he can't work things out with the Saudi Arabian prince. Now, things have been getting a little bit more laxed over there. I mean, I wouldn't really call it laxed, but I mean, the relationship between the Saudi Arabian prince and WWE is on very good terms, I'd like to believe. So we'll just have to wait and see. But what are your thoughts on this imminent attack supposedly coming from Iraq to Saudi Arabia? Should they move it out of the Performance Center now, or should they run the risk?
For me, I think they should just move it to the Performance Center right away. You know, better be safe than sorry than go back to next year. I mean, come on. We went through this with Vince McMahon, how superstars wouldn't go due to, like, political views and all that stuff. We don't need to go through that again. We don't need to have, like, Roman Reigns and Logan Paul be like, nope, I'm not going there. That's going to ruin the card. Just, like, move it to the Performance Center for this one time. Make it safe. It's going to be memorable no matter if we like it or not. And just enjoy the show. And then if they decide to they won't cancel the deal. They won't cancel that. They'll be back next year.
There's no way that they're backing out of that. No fucking way. But here's the thing. If Roman Reigns pitches something like that, I mean, he's the fucking top guy in the company. If Roman Reigns pitches something like that, is his word going to outweigh the Saudi Arabian prince's demands? I'm not really sure. It's definitely a toss-up.
It really is a toss-up. It is, bro. I agree with you right there because Saudi Prince, Roman Reigns, it's like, who do you want to please the people that are paying you guys billions of dollars? Or do you want to please the main guy and just be safe? So, it's a risk you're going to have to take.
How safe can you be? That's the thing. Does Saudi Arabia have armed forces ready to fight these Iraq soldiers? Should they decide to invade during this time? I'd like to believe that they'll probably just get in and out of there. I don't think it's going to be an extended visit.
Right. I just think just move it. Just move it.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on right there.
Oh, real quick. Shout out to Philly Sports Talk Podcast. He's a part of the Hardcore Sports Network. He's a part of It's Real to Me podcast. So shout out to you, my guy. He does play-by-plays and everything. That's my guy, man. It's Real to Me podcast coming to the network real soon.
Well, we are going to get right into the card over here. Pretty decent-looking card, and it could very well be a pretty decent-looking show. If they want to, it could very well outshine last year's Crown Jewel. Last year's Crown Jewel was actually one of the best WWE shows the entire fucking year. That was a great fucking show. So they could very well outdo it if they want to. But before we get into what we're going to get into, let me throw it back over to you. Where can we find you on social media, brother?
So you guys can find me on social media at Mitch Kofsky on Twitter, or YouTube, Twitter, and Hardcore Sports. That's basically it for me.
You take a look at all the links down in the description, and you will see Mitch Kofsky's social media links, including his Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. You can check out Hardcore Sports as well. All the links are across the bottom right there. Hardcore Sports 1 on Twitch, which we are currently streaming live on. We also got the Hardcore Sports Instagram page, Hardcore Sports Network, Hardcore Sports Twitter right there, Hardcore Sports N, and then the Hardcore Sports YouTube channel, Hardcore Sports Network. Follow me on social media at HistoryMakerDJS. That is at HistoryMakerDJS, both on Twitter and Instagram. You can add me on Facebook. For collaborations and business inquiries, please send me an email. My email is, of course, StormsTakeOver@gmail.com. Please make sure that you like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms Posse group on Facebook. That is, all of those links are in the description. I hope you guys had a great Halloween weekend as well. I'm not personally a fan of Halloween. I just want to eat my candy and be left alone, but I had a fun time over the weekend. I had a great LFU last weekend, and I've been uploading some YouTube shorts as of lately. I've been trying to dabble in that a bit, so I hope you guys are enjoying the shorts that I've been uploading on my YouTube channel, that is. If you haven't already done so, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. We're almost 15 minutes into the fucking live stream. People, if you haven't liked the stream, then you better get to fucking liking that stream, okay? We got 11 people in here. I should see no less than 11 likes, including Further AM, who just joined in the chat as well. Like the stream when you come on in, whether it's on Twitter, you're watching on either the Hardcore Sports Twitter or my Twitter, the Twitch on Hardcore Sports Twitch, my YouTube channel, Hardcore Sports YouTube channel, or the DJ Storms Posse Facebook page. Like it and share the stream out on all platforms of social media, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitch, whatever social media platforms that you may be using, because it's vital that we get as many people in here as possible. We got a great crowd, actually. Earl Cole just joined in as well. We got 12 people. Great crowd for a Thursday evening. Usually Saturdays are my day, but man, we got a nice big crowd tonight. Let's see if we can get some more people.
Thursdays are my day on your channel, bro.
I'm rocking and rolling. I'm fucking rolling every day of the week. We got Turn It Up on a Thursday. We got TGI Tuesday. We're going to have Maniac Monday soon. And, of course, it's Saturday, and you know what that means. I'm going to own the entire fucking week. But anyway.
And real quick, DJ. Saturday on the Hardcore Sports Network for Crown Jewel, my guy Earl Cole and Jeffrey Turner are doing a Crown Jewel watch-along. So make sure you go over there, hit the like, hit that sub up to my guys over there. We have a great wrestling division led by yours truly. It's led by him and led by Earl Cole. So those two leading our wrestling division is going up from here, bro.
We are always going up, including the Hardcore Sports YouTube channel as a whole. That's definitely going up because we are just 4 subscribers away. That's right, 4 away from 200. So people, if you haven't subscribed to the Hardcore Sports channel, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Now we got 13 people watching. Hit the subscribe button. It is absolutely vital that you do so because it helps us out and it will grow the Hardcore Sports Network and channel to bigger heights than any of us ever could have expected. And we will be the leaders of sports analytics across the realm of YouTube. It is very vital that you do so. So do that right now. Of course, subscribe to my channel as well. And when you hit the subscribe button, you got to hit that notifications bell with a huge coup de grace because that way you will know whenever I pop up on YouTube. Because whenever I pop up on YouTube, baby, it is the best time to be on YouTube. And Earl knows exactly why, because it's the only time that you won't get to see this glorious sideburn shin strap combination and this beautiful mustache right here. You know what it's time for? Oh, you know. Oh, you fucking know. Oh, here we go. This magic, beautiful, clean, fresh black comb, because we're going to light it up right here on the rundown with a little and a dash of and a whole lot of Because like Campbell's tomato soup with grilled cheese, with 2 types of cheeses. We got cheddar and we got mozzarella. I mean, that's like the best type right there. A nice little mix for the grilled cheese with the tomato soup. Just like hot, fresh wings from Wingstop with a side of curly fries, and you take that first bite. Just like a nice, fresh off the grill, Angus beef, thick-ass burger with a nice, clean, cold slice of American cheese and sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I'm just so good. The tastiest snack in the IWC because everybody wants a piece of the Stormsmeister.
Mm-hmm.
Did you absorb all of that, Mitch?
Yep.
I just want to make sure you did.
Yep.
Just want to make sure you're getting your weekly dose of DJ Storm. Well, you'll be getting a couple doses of DJ Storms for the next couple weeks because I got stream after stream after stream.
Hey, we love it over here. Keep doing your fucking thing.
Well, anyway, let's not waste any more time. We are going to get straight into the festivities here. Like we said, a pretty solid-looking card on paper despite the very lackluster build, the piss-poor build. It was very disappointing, actually, considering how good Triple H has been. But I'm guessing he just wants to get Crown Jewel over with. But we're going to start off with the Usos. Hey, I got a question for you, Mitch. Are you feeling Usi tonight?
Yes, I'm feeling Usi. Let's get it. Let's get it, guys.
I just want to make sure. Everyone in the chat right now, I want you to comment. Are you feeling Usi? Because if you're not, I don't know why you're here. I want everyone to comment if they're feeling Usi. Because here
I better see Usi all over the chat.
Yeah. Here in the DJ Storms channel, we only accept fans of the utmost Usi.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, So the Usos are taking on Butch and Ridge Holland, the Brawling Brutes, for the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. This is a rematch from last month's Friday Night SmackDown, in which they put on a great tag team title match in the main event of SmackDown that I remember. Really good stuff on their end. They actually got fucked over by Imperium, which resulted in the Donnybrook match, which was a great fucking match. Now that Imperium seems to be in their rearview mirror for now, we are moving on to another Usos versus Brawling Brutes match. I have zero problem with this match because the first match was great. I expect the same for this match. And the Usos, clear as day, are not losing the championships anytime soon. So you need to continue to put them up against teams that are going to give them good matches, but ultimately will take losses in the end. And the Brawling Brutes are one of those teams. I don't know who's taking the titles off the Usos, but in the end, I do still feel that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will be the ones. And I do feel like that is the match that they're building towards at WrestleMania, considering that there's a lot of tension between Sami and Jay. We're going to see how Usi Jay gets at Crown Jewel and see if his inner Usi is channeled. And Sami Zayn has worked wonders on Jey Uso. We're going to see if he can reunite the bloodline and make him and Jey Uso finally find some common ground. But obviously that is the developing story there. War Games is going to be very interesting, actually. Survivor Series War Games is going to be a very interesting chapter in this ongoing saga with Sami Zayn and the Bloodline, which, by the way, it's probably the best thing in WWE right now. I have been loving every fucking minute of it. Sami Zayn has single-handedly made the Bloodline interesting. They were stale as fuck.
They were.
But as soon as Sami Zayn got inserted into there and he started doing his fucking dances to the ring and he started calling himself the honorary Uce, he lit a fire under the Bloodline that I didn't even think was fucking possible. It is legitimately a carbon copy of what AEW did with Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed. It legitimately makes zero sense, but it works like a fucking charm. Those two acts right now make zero sense, but those two acts are the most over acts in the entire fucking business as we speak. Yeah. Pro wrestling works in strange fucking ways, but this match I do expect to be a great match, just like it was the last time. No reason to take the titles off the Usos right here. The Usos are clear as day going to retain over the Brawling Brutes, as they should. They could kick off the show with this match. It's going to be interesting in seeing how they format the match order for Crown Jewel. That's one thing I'm definitely going to have my eyes on for sure. But I'm going to have the Brawling Brutes take the L here. I love the Brawling Brutes. I love me some Ridge Holland. I like me some Butch. I mean, Pete Dunne has always been great, but Ridge Holland, I've really been taking to Ridge Holland a lot as of lately. So good on Ridge Holland for getting himself over. But I'm going to take the Usos to retain the titles here. So let me throw it over to you, Mitch. What you got for me?
When can Pete Dunne come back? That's my question. I want Pete Dunne back.
He's just going by Butch. Everything about him is Pete Dunne. I don't even mind the name anymore.
Like, to me, it's just like, Butch, it's just like, it's cringe to me. It's cringe, but I'll still take it. So, I mean, he's a hell of a good wrestler. I just want that guy back. Yeah, now it's Butch. Yeah. So, I mean, you can't take him off here. In Crown Jewel, I mean, come on. It's not that big of a show. It's not that big of a platform. It's not that big of an event. It is not. To have the Usos lose it to Butch? No. I'm sorry. No. They gotta be. I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it at WrestleMania. I just am curious when they're gonna take Sami Zayn out of the bloodline. That's my question. When is that gonna come into play? And then team up with Kevin Owens. I want to see that forward before I can see WrestleMania. I need to see that next step in the chapter of Sami Zayn. So
it's going to be very interesting. We're going to get the underdog from the underground back. That was actually the best version of Sami Zayn.
Yes. Yes, it was.
So you're good. I assume we're on the same page here. We're taking the Usos here, correct?
Yeah. And shout out to Further putting our links in the chat. Shout out to you.
Further's showing up and showing out tonight. Further is working overtime, making sure that everyone is aware. So shout out to Further AM. We're going to move on here to a match that was most recently announced. Bianca Belair and Bayley. Last woman standing match for the Raw Women's Championship. I have plenty of ranting to do on the LFU on Saturday about why Damage Control is absolutely dead, but we're going to save that for the LFU because I really want people to tune in the morning. It's going to be an early morning LFU, 10 a.m. I may go live a little bit earlier than that even, but 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is the proper start time for the LFU on Saturday because we got Crown Jewel starting at 12 p.m. Eastern time, so I had to modify the schedule a little bit, but we will be ranting on why Damage Control absolutely died 1,000 deaths on Monday Night Raw this past Monday. But we're going to talk about Bianca and Bayley. I do expect this match to actually be better than their ladder match. The ladder match was very good, but obviously the sight of Damage Control being taken out by Bianca Belair single-handedly, might I add, that really brought the match down just a few notches. Other than that, it was a very good ladder match, and we got a lot of great material coming out of Bianca Belair and Bayley. They've always had great matches. They haven't had one singular bad match, and they've had a lot of matches together. They've had Hell in a Cell matches, ladder matches, singles matches, and each and every single time they deliver. So I do not expect this to be any different other than the last time. These two are absolutely going to deliver. If Bayley does not win, I don't understand why Bayley didn't win the ladder match, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I love Bianca, and I get you want to build up Bianca as a star. She deserves to be in that position because Bianca Belair is that fucking good at what she does. She deserves to be the face of the company and that women's division for years to come, but that was the prime opportunity that Bayley should have won. Not really sure why they didn't pull the trigger there, but now we have this match at Crown Jewel. I got Bayley in this one. There's no reason why Bayley should not win, and the reason being is because I've said it once, I'll say it again, and I do still believe Triple H has this in mind. He wants to do the match that should have been done at least 4 or 5 years in a row at WrestleMania already. It should have been Sasha and Bayley for the Women's Championship, and they should have recreated what happened at TakeOver Brooklyn 1. They could have done it at WrestleMania 33, 34, 35, 36. Some people have even made a case for 37 to be the place for that match. And it never happened. Never happened because Vince McMahon did not want two Triple H girls to go out on WrestleMania and literally upstage everyone on the show. Because then Vince would look like a fucking amateur and Triple H would look like an absolute fucking god to everyone in the wrestling world. He already was a god at the time before NXT was fucking killed, but you get what I'm saying. Now, this match, don't really understand why we didn't get the title change at Extreme Rules, but I do not expect this to turn out any other way other than Bayley winning the championship, whether that be by hook or by crook, whether that be with Damage Control or no Damage Control. It would not make any sense for Bayley to lose this match. And to be quite honest with you, even War Games, I don't expect War Games to rejuvenate any credibility for Damage Control. Now, Bayley winning here wouldn't rejuvenate any credibility for them in general, but Bayley winning would make the most sense because Bayley can take that title on the WrestleMania to fight Sasha. And what we need to do, we need to turn Bayley babyface. Sasha needs to come back as a fucking bitch, and we need to get the babyface dynamic with Bayley and the heel dynamic with Sasha going into their inevitable Women's Championship match, which should take place at WrestleMania. So I'm going to go with the new Women's Champion right here. I got Bayley.
I'm really leaning towards Bianca right now because then why would you have their Acclaimed lose their tag teams on Raw? Like, to me, if the Acclaimed kept their titles, then I would be like, give it to Bayley, let them keep all the titles, let them rock.
They're fighting for the tag team titles on the show, so we could end up seeing them leave with all the gold again.
Then what was the point of them losing it on Raw? It's like 50-50 booking.
Exactly. I'm asking the same fucking thing. This is probably one of the biggest L's that Triple H took. Really. Big fat L for Hunter.
I'm really just like, that 50-50 booking is my biggest gripe. It's my biggest gripe in WWE. I hate it. I thought Triple H would get rid of that.
I don't mind it if you're going to do a 3-match series, but I mean, when you're doing it for titles, there should be no such thing as fucking flip-flopping the titles.
There's not.
Seriously.
It reminds me of Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. Remember that? It was like,
Oh my God.
it was like
God.
here. It was hot potato. It was like here.
That
Here.
feud was terrible, dude.
Sasha's my favorite women's wrestler, but come on. Like, anyways, I'm leaning towards Bianca right now, but if Acclaimed wins the title, then Bailey's gonna get it. But as of right now, crown jewel. I can see Bailey. I can see Bianca keeping it to the Rumble. I can see her losing at the Rumble.
Who does she lose
but to who? I don't know.
Yeah,
to who? I don't know.
Well, are you calling Damage Control the Acclaimed?
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I heard. I was trying to make sure I heard
it
correctly. You said it about 3-4 times.
I'm so tired.
Is this guy all here? Come on.
Okay, Damage Control. Because you said Acclaimed earlier, and I'm like, wait,
yeah,
what?
I know. I did say Acclaimed. I wasn't talking about Damage Control. How do you mix up Io Shirai or Io Sky? How do you mix up her fine ass and Dakota with the fucking Acclaimed? And
I don't know, dude. I was on the phone with my buddy for AEW for like 2 hours today. We were just talking AEW, and I was just like, I knew that was going to happen.
Wake up! I understand.
Yeah,
I understand Saudi Arabia show, but I mean, come on.
Yeah. So I got Bianca winning.
I'm gonna have to take Bailey on this one, man.
Hey, I'm not copying you like I did the first time.
First time.
Remember the first time I was on your show? I was agreeing with you every single time.
Into my persuasion sooner rather than later.
I don't know. I'm gonna try to go to the other side.
Let us switch to the next match right here. We got Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. Steel cage match. Now, there has been some chatter within the IWC. Now, I have some things to say about it, but I wanted to get your thoughts on it first. People are saying that Kross isn't really connecting too much. People are saying that Kross is not translating well to the main roster, or he's boring, or he's too methodical in the ring. He's not all that he's hyped up to be. He's just an entrance. I got plenty of things to say about that. Now, first things first, before I even say what I'm going to say, clear as day, it's not the case. He's not boring by a long shot. I'll explain why, but I want to hear your thoughts on it first. I want you to give me your analytical dissection on this thing that's being passed around in the IWC, that Kross is boring.
Honestly, I have no say. I don't know what else to say. Like, Karrion Kross, to me, personally, he's not doing it for me. He's not personally. So that's all I got to say about that.
Well, I'll explain to everyone what the problem is. There's two problems here. Number one, people are expecting a little too much too early. Kross has only been on the main roster for 3 months. So it's not like the guy is going to gain everything and be equivalent to what a Finn Balor was when he first came up on the main roster. Finn Balor came up to the main roster. He beat Roman Reigns on night one, and then he went straight to SummerSlam to become the first ever Universal Champion before he got buried after his injury. Karrion Kross is a completely different story. Not everyone is going to translate directly to the main roster and be a success right out of the gate. It's going to take time. You're going to have to give them 9, 10, 11, 12 months, 13 months. You got to see and wait where he is a year from now. That's number one. But number two, the latter reason, I'll tell you exactly why Kross kind of feels in a stagnant position. He's not boring. He's not boring. He's put on some great matches with guys like Gargano and Balor and people like Joe, and he had a decent little match on Raw with Keith Lee that one time. He's had some pretty damn good matches with the likes of Pete Dunne and Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. That fatal 5-way match was great. Dominik Dijakovic, another one who's supposedly coming back to NXT. Kross has always been great. He has everything that you want in a professional wrestler. But the problem is that people are not stupid. The fans are not stupid. And the fans, they haven't forgotten what Vince did to him. On night one, Karrion Kross was brought up to Raw, and he was absolutely fucking castrated. He lost to Jeff Hardy in 90 seconds while he was still holding the NXT Championship. And then 2 weeks later, he lost to Keith Lee. Then they put him in a Hatchet Man's outfit. I didn't know if I was watching pro wrestling or if I was going down the street to watch Medieval Times. He looked terrible. Mm-hmm. Then they had him on John Morrison's Drip TV. Remember when John Morrison was still there? They had him on fucking Drip TV with the rubber fucking duckies. They did nothing with him. Then they fired him. They fired him within 4 months. He didn't even last half a year on the main roster. They fired him. Fans are not stupid, and fans do not forget that easily. Why isn't Kross translating to the main roster? It's because of what Bruce and Vince did to him. Fans are not going to just forget that just because Triple H is in charge. And that's another scenario in which I question, is that a scenario, just like various other scenarios in the WWE, has the damage from Bruce and Vince already been done? That's the one thing that I'm questioning. Now, the match with McIntyre at Extreme Rules, it was a fine strap match. It was very physical. It was very intense. The only gripe with that match was it went too short. That was the shortest match on the card. Don't know why. Should have been longer. Could have easily been 4 to 5 minutes longer, and it would have been taken up from decent to a very good strap match. Not really sure why it ended in only 10 and a half minutes, but it was a solid match. But the problem is that Bruce and Vince have had their long-lasting effect on Kross. There's a vast difference from NXT Kross and main roster Kross. It took a long time, over a year, for Triple H to build up that credibility that he built up for Kross in the way that he did. And in one night, all of that was erased. And the perception around Kross changed. That's why Karrion Kross has had some doubters. But he's not boring. Furthest thing from, go watch his matches with Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano, and then tell me he's boring.
So for me, he's gonna have to So for me, I got Drew McIntyre winning this because you know what happened last time with the strap match. So I got McIntyre winning this, but if Karrion Kross does win, nothing happened to Drew McIntyre at all. Like nothing is affected by him or whatsoever.
It could swing either way. This is the one match that I'm going to say it could swing either way.
Oh yeah,
and I'll tell you why. Kross, obviously, giving Kross the win would help him and give him more credibility even further. If Drew wins, there's only one way that Drew should win. Drew should not pin Kross. Drew should not pin Kross. He shouldn't even choke him out. Do you remember back in June of 2019? There was a steel cage match between Io Sky, then called Io Shirai, and Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah.
That match ended with Shayna Baszler attempting to choke out Io Shirai when Io Shirai was hanging outside of the door. And Io Shirai took the door, slammed the door into Shayna Baszler's head, which resulted in Shayna Baszler going limp and falling out of the cage. Io Shirai cost herself. So if you're asking me, if Drew's going to win this, which I don't think he should, I think Kross should win it. But if Drew's going to win this, they should take a page out of that. They should have Drew McIntyre putting Kross in the Kross jacket, by the ropes, by the door. And Kross slams Drew McIntyre's head into the door, slams the door into Drew's head, and Drew goes limp and falls out of the cage. That's how Drew McIntyre needs to win. If he pins Kross, that's definitely going to have Karrion Kross take a hit. Kross should not be getting pinned by Drew McIntyre. Drew is invincible at this rate. He's bulletproof. He is not going to suffer a single loss. But if you're asking me, I'm probably going to have to go with you. And I'm probably going to say Drew McIntyre. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because Drew is one of the guys that I can see fighting the bloodline at War Games. It's going to be Drew. It's going to be the Brawling Brutes. And I do believe it'll probably be Kevin Owens in there to add to that Sami Zayn, Jey Uso dynamic versus 5 members of the Bloodline. That's the War Games match that I see. The Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens. And I see Drew captaining the team. But this match, my heart says Kross, but my head says Drew McIntyre. But if Drew's going to win, that's the way he needs to win. By a fluke, by sheer luck, by Kross slamming the door on his head and Drew falling out of the cage. That is how Drew needs to win.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. That's the way he should win. But to me, I can just see, can you see Drew McIntyre just climbing out of the cage and just like that? Or no, you don't see that happening?
No, the only other way that could happen if Drew's going to escape the cage, same thing that they did with Bobby Lashley and Omos. We'll be talking about him next. But remember that steel cage match on Raw with Bobby Lashley and Omos? Omos, yes. He tossed Bobby Lashley through the cage. Bobby Lashley stepped up, and he was on the floor. That's another way that Drew McIntyre can win and Kross can be protected.
Yeah. That. But if Drew McIntyre loses, right? If he loses, where does Karrion Kross go from here?
If you're asking me, I mean, there's multiple things that you could do. If you're asking me, after Survivor Series, I'd feud Karrion Kross with Sheamus. I'd put him with Sheamus. That's a great fucking match right there.
Isn't Sheamus really out of commission?
Sheamus will be back sooner rather than later. He got married. He should be back after Crown Jewel. Should be back after Crown Jewel because it plays right into the War Games storyline. It's going to be the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens. Kross can feud with Sheamus afterwards. Sheamus, he's not going to be winning anytime soon. If you want, Sheamus right now is in a position where he's fine with taking losses because he's just so fucking good at what he does. He's going to go down as the greatest Irish superstar of all time. He's that fucking good. Sheamus needs to start picking up some wins around the Royal Rumble time, simply because of the fact that it should be Sheamus and Gunther Part 3 at WrestleMania, with Sheamus winning the Intercontinental title from Gunther. That's how they need to play that. But, for now, after Survivor Series, I would absolutely feud Karrion Kross with Sheamus. That's a great fucking feud. Karrion Kross, put him against some undercard talent for the time being, and then put him with Sheamus. That's a nice little interim feud to keep both men occupied before we get to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. All right.
We're actually Drew McIntyre across the board here. I actually thought you were going to go with Kross for a minute.
No, I'm going McIntyre.
I know we don't want to talk about him, but we got Omos is on this fucking card. We got Omos. He's fighting Braun Strowman. Can't even believe I'm rooting for Braun Strowman here. I even ranted on this shit. Dude, I ranted on this saying this is above Braun Strowman. I'm not saying that Braun Strowman is a main event guy. I'm not saying he's one of the best wrestlers on the planet, but I mean, he's actually been pretty fucking decent since he's come back. His matches with Otis and Chad Gable were fun as hell. He's gotten a little better in the ring. He's gotten a little better on the microphone. He got himself into great shape. He's fucking shredded. He's fucking shredded. Yet you have him feuding with a black Great Khali, all for the simple fact that you want to get these two giants in the ring. Dude, this needs to be the last time that Omos is on TV. Once Braun Strowman beats him, which he should, I do not see Braun Strowman losing this. Braun Strowman wins, that's it. Move the fuck on. Get it the fuck out of here. Do not want to see it. If you're asking me, Braun could also be an opponent for Kross. You could feud Braun and Kross. That's a great interim program for both men.
Isn't Braun on Raw?
No, he's on SmackDown.
Why did I think he was on Raw for some strange reason?
Because the brand split is fucking dead.
Okay, then that makes sense. Okay, I was just like, wait.
They have not been paying attention to the brand split for quite some time, dude. But if you're asking me, Braun Strowman, he just needs, if this lasts more than 90 seconds, this is going to bring the show down a lot of notches. Seriously. This one match, this is the one blemish on this card. The one match that should not surpass 2 minutes. This needs to go 90 seconds. Boom, 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 boom. Braun wins with a powerbomb. That's it.
All right.
Do you have anything to add, or should we move on? Should we move on from?
I think we should move on.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
You make that into a short.
Oh, my son of fucking pig. Go ahead, make it into a fucking short.
No, you, not me.
My house, Omas, the Nigerian giant. Anyway, I'm fucking up my throat over here. Anyway, moving on. This is the match that I'm actually looking forward to the most right here. The OC. This is AJ Styles. Are you making that into a short right now?
No.
I'm just checking.
No, I said you should make it into a short. I'm not even touching it.
No, you are touching it. You're going to make that shit into a short.
No, I'm not. Dude, it's your thing. I'm not taking your content.
The OC. The OC. This is AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Daddy Dangly, Luke Gallows. They are taking on the Judgment Day. This is Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio. This is the match I think could steal the fucking show right here. This and the main event. This and the main event. We'll talk about the main event. But this is the match I see stealing the show. This has actually been the match that has had probably the best build. Out of all the matches, this match has had the best build. We've actually had some great matches with AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio and Carl Anderson and Finn Balor. We've had some really, really good fucking matches here. But in the end, I do believe that the OC are going to take this. I don't know who the third or the fourth individual of the OC, the female figure in the OC, is going to be. There is a few rumors going around, which I will be talking about on the LFU, but no matter who the female presence in the OC is, I do not see the Judgment Day winning this. Reason being is because this is the OC's first big match back as a trio. The Judgment Day has been kicking everyone's ass. When Rhea Ripley says that the Judgment Day runs, she ain't fucking lying. The Judgment Day have been running Monday Night Raw. They have been best acts on that fucking show and in the entire company. They've been beating everyone. They've been beating Edge. They've been beating Rey Mysterio. They've been beating Dolph Ziggler. They've been beating AJ Styles. They've been beating Carl Anderson. The Judgment Day, legitimately, they do fucking run Monday Night Raw. So if you're asking me, a loss to them now, this would not hurt them at all. This would not hurt them at all. And this is a perfect way to lead to an AJ Styles versus Finn Balor match, which I do believe will probably take place at Survivor Series if they want to go that route. Maybe we do see a Survivor Series elimination match with the members of the OC and then the female presence versus all three members of the Judgment Day. Maybe Edge returns. Not really sure how it's going to work out, but it's going to be very, very intriguing nonetheless. I'm definitely intrigued to see how this plays out, and I do believe that this match is going to absolutely tear the house down, and I see the OC winning. Judgment Day will not be hurt by a loss because they've been doing nothing but winning and winning and winning. So let me throw it over to you. The floor is yours.
All right. So the OC, I mean, they really should win. They really should win. But what does this do for Dominic? Is like invincible right now. You can agree? Like he's invincible with this.
The guy is probably the second most over heel act in the entire industry, minus MJF. Because Dominic Mysterio has been getting MJF levels of heat, at least for WWE fans. No one is going to get MJF levels of heat, but for how lukewarm the WWE fans are, he's been getting a shit ton of heat, and he's been really owning that character. So Dominic, he's doing some good work. He's fine.
Yeah. All right. I mean, because that's my thing, right? Let's say he gets pinned. Right? That's not going to hurt him.
No.
I just want to see if Mysterio is going to come out. That's what I want to see the most. Is Mysterio going to pop out and make an appearance?
He's not going to make an appearance because he's fighting Gunther tomorrow for the Intercontinental title on SmackDown.
I know, but anything can still happen, though.
I do not see him showing up in Saudi Arabia.
All right. But if they go to the Performance Center, do you see that happening?
They could do that, but I don't think that they're going to do that because Ray said he doesn't want to be involved with it anymore. He said
Well, we all know it's going to happen.
I mean, if it happens, I see it happening at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it happens. It's going to happen at WrestleMania. Now, I don't see it happening, but I see the OC winning this. Judgment Day.
I got the OC.
Yeah.
I got the OC winning as well. Because, yeah, do I see heel tactics from Judgment Day? Hell yeah. I don't think it's going to affect the OC in any way, but I see some kind of tactics happening. So, I got the OC. And for the female member, I got two. Actually, no, Liv Morgan's going to be with Bray Wyatt, I feel like. I feel like it's going to be Beth Phoenix.
I mean, it could be Beth Phoenix. Here's a question, though. What do you think's the better route to go for as far as Survivor Series goes? Styles and Balor one-on-one, or OC and the female versus the entire Judgment Day in a Survivor Series elimination match?
I mean, are we going to have the Raw versus SmackDown? Oh, wait, there's no brand split.
No.
No. It's like, are we going to see that traditional? Or
no.
Honestly, I really want to see AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, because that could be match of the year candidate. That could be it right there. It's a Survivor Series, Big Four pay-per-view. I'd rather see that than Judgment Day and, the whole thing.
We'll have to wait and see, but I have a feeling they're probably going to try and do a Survivor Series elimination match at some point. But, yeah, we got the OC right across the board here. Asuka, and the worst women's wrestler in the industry right now, that's not named Marina Shafir, Alexa Bliss, versus Damage Control. Another rematch between these two teams for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Why? Because Alexa Bliss and Asuka won the championships on Raw this past Monday. I don't give a fuck about this match, dude. This is probably the second match right behind. Well, actually, no. I would say this match is going to be above Braun Strowman and Omos just because Omos is that terrible. And that's not even saying much. This match will be above Braun and Omos, but that's not saying much. I don't even give a shit, dude. To be quite honest with you, I wouldn't even be surprised if Damage Control wins the women's tag team titles back. And then I'm going to ask, why'd you take it off them to begin with?
For a ratings pop. That's the only reason I can see it.
D-E-A-D. Damage Control. That's how you spell Damage Control. D-E-A-D. Damage Control.
Yep. I got them winning as well. I mean, is Alexa Bliss going to pair up with Bray Wyatt at any point? Because if that happens,
I hope that she pairs up with the unemployment line.
Oh.
I don't care. Cancel me. Cancel me, Alexa Bliss. Cancel me, Lexi Kaufman. You fucking cunt.
You mean just like what she did with JD?
Oh, God. Jay, let me tell you something. There ain't no canceling that motherfucker. That motherfucker is number one for a reason.
Right.
That motherfucker's number one for a reason. He's the whole reason why I started what I'm doing right here. So shout out to him. He's actually appearing on Don Tony's podcast right now, The Forbidden Door. I'm not sure if I think it may be live right now, but so shout out to him. He's doing his own thing. He's kicking ass, and he's going to be making it to 200,000 subscribers sooner rather than later. So shout out to him.
I thought he already hit that. I thought he was past 300.
No, he's almost at 140,000.
All right.
He's kicking ass though. He's number one for a reason. But yeah, dude, I don't care. I don't care about this match. Damage
I don't
Control
either.
Gonna win it back. But even then, the damage, no pun intended, the damage is already been done. We got Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. That's how Brock Lesnar says it. Like a country boy, like a rhinestone cowboy, he says it. But Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, I'm actually excited for this match the second most, simply because of the fact that the intensity's been there, and I do believe that Triple H is going to book this match a little bit better than their first match was. Not really sure. Actually, I do know why their first match was so poorly booked. Bruce Pritchard, that's why. The one thing that I just don't like about this match, dude, is why did they need to take the United States title off of Bobby Lashley for this? I love Seth Rollins, don't get me wrong. He fucking deserves that. He deserves to be in that position because of all the work that he has done this year. Don't get me wrong. But wouldn't it have been better to keep the title on Lashley, make this match for the United States Championship, and actually make the U.S. title feel even more important than you already made it feel? Because Bobby Lashley was doing great with the United States Championship, and then they just took it off him just for a match with Lesnar. Meanwhile, Lesnar's probably going to go away after this match is over. So at the end of the day, why couldn't you have kept the title on Lashley and have Lashley go into this match as United States Champion and retain the championship? Because Bobby Lashley, I don't see how Bobby Lashley loses this match. It would pretty much erase all the work that Bobby Lashley has done since the summer and when he won the United States Championship. He lost to Seth Rollins because of Brock Lesnar fucking him over. But I don't understand. I really don't understand why he needs to take a loss here. So he should still be the United States Champion, and he should be defending that title and retaining over Brock Lesnar. That would have made the U.S. title feel more prestigious by having Brock Lesnar fight for it. I have Bobby Lashley in this. Should be fun. I just can't stand the fact that they took the title off of Bobby Lashley in the manner that they did.
Yeah, Lashley is easy. I mean, come on. The guy shows up every other month, every 3-4 months. He wins, leaves, comes back. Got Lashley here. I mean, not Lashley, Lesnar. I got Lesnar.
You actually have Lesnar in this.
I got Lesnar winning, yeah.
I mean, am I missing something with what I just said about the United States show? Wouldn't that have been a better idea?
It would. There's no title on the line. So I got Lesnar.
Whatever. He's going to be saying Bobby who afterwards. Main event. We actually got through this shit pretty quick. We're just going to clock in at an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Listen, Logan Paul has taken to WWE like a fish to. I think the guy's great. Mm-hmm. I don't like him as a person. I think the guy's just a product of the media. But at the end of the fucking day, Logan Paul as a wrestler, he's damn fucking good at what he does. He's great at what he does. Don't get me wrong, but there is absolutely no way, and WWE has absolutely failed at this, there's no way that they could have sold a match between Logan Paul, who's had 2 matches in WWE, versus Roman Reigns, who has dominated this business well before he was even the tribal chief, and he was that terrible fucking babyface that was just plungered down everyone's throat. There's no way. It doesn't matter who the fuck it was. Doesn't matter if it was Bobby Lashley or AJ Styles or Jesus Christ. If you've had 2 fucking matches in the WWE, if you had 2 fucking matches and you're going up against a guy like Roman Reigns after what Roman Reigns has done in the last year, there is absolutely no way that was going to be looked at as credible. No fucking way. Now, that being said, Logan Paul led The Miz to his best match since his No Mercy match with Dolph Ziggler at No Mercy 2016. That was a fantastic match. Yeah. And Logan Paul delivered a match with The Miz that was just as good as that match with Dolph Ziggler at No Mercy 2016. So if Logan Paul can bring The Miz to a great match, I don't expect this match with Roman Reigns to be anything less than a banger. I really don't. Now, I can actually see them playing up that one lucky shot type of deal with Logan Paul getting a knockout blow to Roman Reigns and then potentially going up for a frog splash and potentially beating Roman Reigns or coming close to beating Roman Reigns with that one lucky shot, and he gets a 2.99999 count. That I can definitely see. But the match overall, I do believe that Logan Paul is going to show up and show out. Because Logan Paul did it with The Miz, and The Miz is miles beneath Roman. Miz is buried closer to the center of the earth, while Roman Reigns is sitting atop of Mount Everest. And if Logan Paul brought The Miz to a great match, I think he's going to do the same for Roman Reigns. This was done specifically to appease the Saudi Arabian prince. Nothing more, nothing less. Roman Reigns is going to retain. No reason why Logan Paul is going to win the championship. Roman is going to retain, and then we can build towards War Games with the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and potentially Kevin Owens. Last match, Mitch. Give me your analytical dissection and prediction.
All right. So, we all know Logan Paul's brother, Jake Paul, is there. We know that's going to happen coming off of Jake Paul win over Anderson Silva on Saturday night. So, we have that coming. And Logan Paul's going to bring a hell of a match. Wrestling-wise, I can't wait to see it. I really can't wait to see the leapfrog, frog splash, whatever. I can't wait to see it. I'm just curious on how they're going to use Jake Paul in this. Are they going to have him knock out one of the Usos and make him not Usi anymore? Or what are they going to do? Gotcha.
They're going to knock the Usi out of Jay.
That's my point. There you go. That's my point. So, and then Jake Paul's going to get taken out by Sami Zayn or something. So,
I can absolutely see that. I got
Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
I got Roman Reigns winning. And then what do you do with Logan Paul next?
I mean, he's a guy that's on a celebrity deal. So, right. I mean, in the end, the only place that I can see him competing in after this is they'll probably put him in the Rumble. And that's probably the best route to go. They'll probably put him in the Rumble, and then they'll probably put him up against someone else coming out of the Royal Rumble. Who? I don't know. I don't know which is the best route, but we'll have to wait and see. At this rate, I don't know. I really don't know, but it should be interesting nevertheless. Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. I was talking about this with Earl a couple weeks ago. The build, Earl's not for it. You're not for it. I'm not for it. The only reason I can see that they're booking this, have you looked at the WWE's numbers on YouTube with Logan Paul in the title?
YouTube numbers don't mean shit. They're booking it because the Saudi Arabian prince wants it. That's why.
Yeah, but
that is a report. That is a report. I read up on it.
Oh, that actually is. I never knew that. I didn't know that was actual report.
I talked about that legitimately on September 24th.
Okay. I'll go back and check that out. Definitely. Go back and check that out. I want to get your
Saudi Arabia.
I mean, then there you go.
I just thought they did it. The question is, who do you feud Logan Paul with going into WrestleMania? He's going to compete in the Rumble, and that's probably the best route to go. Where does he go after that?
Okay. There's this other YouTuber named KSI. Have you heard of him?
No.
He's over in the UK. He's a rapper. He does a business with Logan Paul called Prime, the drink and everything. So I can see that coming to fruition. Or I see that. I see. Can you? I don't know, dude.
I have someone.
Who?
The guy that he helped out, the guy that helped him out at SummerSlam last year. He could face AJ Styles. Styles, I don't see factoring into any championships going into Mania. What do you do with him? Put him up against Logan Paul. It'll be a great match.
Yeah, I can see that. That would be a good match.
Styles, I don't know who. I see fighting Dominic. I see Sheamus fighting Gunther. I see a huge U.S. title match. I see Rollins and Gargano for the United States Championship. So I don't know who the fuck is fighting Logan Paul. AJ Styles is probably the last one.
I was going to say if Triple H didn't have that medical thing, he would have done it.
It'll be an interesting scenario to say the least. It will be a very interesting scenario to say the least. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens. But yeah, the build, no one was going to be sold on Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. But in the end, it's going to be a great wrestling match. So we'll see how everything turns out. But ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this edition of The Rundown. Pretty quick stream. We ran through everything. We dissected everything to the best of our abilities. And I would like to thank every single one of you who tuned into this video. And thank you to Mr. Mitchelson Kofsky for coming on the show. I greatly appreciate you, and it is a pleasure to do this with you every single time that we collaborate together, and hopefully I'll be on your show very, very soon. But again, man, thank you. I greatly appreciate everything. One more time, where can we find you on social media, and anything else you would like to add before we close out?
All right. You can find me on YouTube at Mitch Kofsky. We just hit 2K over there. So big things coming up over there. Twitter, Mitch Kofsky right there. Instagram, Mitch Kofsky, all that stuff. So in hardcore sports, especially over there. I mean, we got big stuff coming over there. So that's where you can find me. Thank you for having me on, man. It's good to be on with the best in the business. I'm glad we got the best in the business, a part of our team. So, yeah, love it, man. Love it.
Appreciate you as always, Mitch. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the links in the description. Special 10 a.m. LFU this Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And then on Sunday, we got the rewind for Crown Jewel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with the returning Mac the Giants fan. That's right, Mac the Giants fan joins me 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday for the rewind for WWE Crown Jewel. And then on November 17th, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, All Elite Mikey comes back to my channel for the rundown for Full Gear. That is Thursday, November 17th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I will not be doing an LFU on Full Gear Day because I'm actually going to be going to New York City to see the Rockettes with my family, have some nice family time. So, what are you fucking oohing for?
That's cool.
Fucking oohing for? You think I'm doing it because I got a dirty mind? Look at this guy.
No, I'm saying that's a cool thing. It's a cool thing.
I know. I'm fucking around with you.
I know.
But and then of course we got Sunday, November 20th, the rewind for Full Gear with first time ever guest Wrestling Express. That's right, Wrestling Express here in Jersey. Wrestling Express group member Antonio Karrion. That's right, Antonio Karrion. He is going to be joining me for the rewind for Full Gear. So shout out to him if he's watching. Happy to have him on the channel. And then finally, before I go on vacation, because I will be missing Survivor Series, I will not be doing an LFU on Survivor Series weekend or a rewind, but I will be doing a rundown on Tuesday, November 22nd, with Raging Girl Gamer. So shout out to her. She's going to be joining me at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, the 22nd, for the rundown for Survivor Series. But until then, thank you guys so much for joining. I am DJ Storms. He's Mitch Kofsky. This has been the rundown. But before we get out of here, we're not going anywhere because Mitch, he has a very, very important and ultra vital question to answer. Mitch, who runs the IWC?
DJ motherfucking Storms, the best in the motherfucking business.
Right. Damn fucking right. Who but DJ motherfucking Storms? I'll catch you guys on Saturday morning.